start with that.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. This is Ray, and I got Tom from Knife Delights here with me, and we are talking with Dan.
Yep.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your company?
Okay, I'm Dan Caldwell from Caldwell Metal Art. I've been doing knives, spears, swords, some fantasy weapons since the mid-90s. I had a booth at the Renaissance Fair for about 10 years. At that time, I got out of it. Now I'm just doing private shows and custom work right now.
You mind if I look?
Yep. Which one?
Let's take a look at this.
Okay, so...
And why don't you tell us about this one?
Okay, so that's kind of a special one. The blade on that is a Roots. They call Roots Damascus, which is it's a crucible steel. The handle is a compressed hemp wood handle on that, and dyed red and blue on both ends. I do my own forging and crucible steel, so that's some of my crucible steel as well. The guard is hand-forged nickel silver. It's not cast, it's a forged guard. And so that just gives you an idea of some of the kinds of things I like to do.
Oh, that's very pretty. I like that a lot.
Thank you. And then there's some other ones that are kind of interesting.
What's your favorite one?
I kind of like this. This is one of my favorites because it showcases lots of different fun things. So the blade is a mostly packed, a canister packed with chainsaw links, the teeth in chainsaws. Okay. And the canisters, I forged that out for the blade. The guard area is Moko Nagani. It's basically like this material right here. I turned in, which is nickel, silver, copper, and jeweler brass. It's got turquoise collar, turquoise and pyrite collar, and cabochon on the back, and it's a dyed, stabilized elk antler handle.
That's very pretty too.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Right? Look at all the different material for handles.
I do just a little bit with my blade blanks.
Sure.
Turn the handle gloves. So, do you sell other stuff online?
I don't sell anything online at the moment. Okay. I typically just do it at shows. But if I do have a website and it's on my card there,
okay,
so someone
can
contact me through the website, email me, or contact me, call me, and then I can supply whatever they need. I'll send them pictures, email them pictures of what I got. I do so much turnover on everything that it's hard to update websites all the time.
What is this?
This is called meteorite shrapnel. So a larger meteorite, much bigger than this, will fall and it'll break apart or get damaged. So these are in a meteorite called Campo de Sio from Argentina. They're not letting any more of this come out of Argentina. So what's out is out, and that's all that's around. But anyhow, these bits are what's inside this meteorite if it breaks apart, like in its grain boundaries. So they call it meteorite shrapnel.
And these, I assume,
these are like sliced, but these are from a different meteorite. Okay. So these are from Sweden, from up by the Arctic Circle called Manasluta, Sweden. And these actually have, you can see the grain structure. These have a lot more nickel in them. So they typically will have a much higher kind of a crystal pattern in them. They call it a Windenstatten pattern, or Windenstatten.
That's interesting.
There's a really big one here too. I don't know if you can see it, but this might be easier to look at. So there's a big one.
Is this made mostly of iron then?
It's about 35% nickel, and the remainder is iron. Okay. So it's mostly iron. You're correct, but it's got a high concentration of nickel, and then the nickel tends to. In zero gravity, the nickel tends to migrate to the crystals, and that's the only way that you can make this pattern actually form is in zero gravity over hundreds of thousands or millions of years. It just cools extremely slow and grows those crystals.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I also do and I'll just show you some interesting ones here. There's a couple cool ones, but I do cabochons too. I do my own lapidary work, and I put those on the back of some of my knives, like you can see the turquoise over there. So.
And here's another one.
Yep, actually, this is a perfect example here. So that's a labradorite cabochon. that I set with a bezel on the back and a copper back on it. This is, again, more of the crucible steel. I don't know if you can see the pattern in it. But and then it's this one I have a stabilized maple burl is
I
the
was going
handle.
to say, there's our burl wood again.
Yeah.
Yep,
Ray and
yep.
I have become big fans of burl wood.
Yep.
We sure have. Yep.
It's just such a beautiful
Oh,
material.
I really love working with it. Yeah, and it's a hand-formed nickel silver guard and a 3-twist copper braid, around the collar of it too.
That's a nice one.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking with us, and
Okay.
I'll send you a link.
Okay.
It'll probably be sometime this week.
Okay, great.
All right.
I'll link into it. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Take care.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
Uh-huh.